Alright, my knights. Today we have another brilliant video from, what's it called? CBR? That's right, CBR, who know everything about the subjects in which they speak of. Today's video is no different. They're talking about the 10 times Goku, that's right, Goku, was a bad guy. Now, here I am going down the list of these things, and I'm like, I found some pretty compelling arguments. Now, I know. You guys can, by now, tell the sarcasm that's within my voice, because it is. This list is other bullshit. Look, I'm gonna go point by point here. And don't worry. When I say that this video is bullshit, I mean just in the general context. Points can be good points if they have them. But yes, let's start off with number 10.
Blowing up King Kai. Goku is notorious in the franchise for using really cool moves and finishing techniques when dealing with bad guys. When there's a crisis or the fight is getting down to the wire, you can count on Goku to make a spirit bomb or blast a wave of energy at the enemy. However, blowing up an entire planet for the sake of Earth seems like a stretch, even for superhero standards. During the Cell games, Hope seemed to go back and forth as the Z Fighters fought the Cell Juniors, and Gohan went toe-to-toe with Cell. Yes, Goku made his 11-year-old son fight Cell. More on that later, and he was doing a decently good job at giving Cell a Super Saiyan beatdown. But when things started looking very grim for Cell, he decides to make himself explode, taking the planet with him. What a sore loser. It was at this point where people started to lose hope, but not Goku. He made the decision to sacrifice his life so he could teleport Cell away. Sounds like a good idea, right? It does until you think about where he took Cell. Right before he explodes, he teleports Cell to King Kai's planet. And you guessed it, kills everyone there in the wave of Cell's explosion. Couldn't have given King Kai a warning, could you, Goku?
Number 10, it's like Goku blows up King Kai. It's like, okay, yeah, that may seem like a, bad guy thing to do. Pretty scummy, right? What's the context behind it? Do you mean Goku punched a hole through King Kai's planet? When he was fighting Beerus-sama? I mean, that seems pretty bad, right? Oh, wait, what's this? No, oh, you mean they're describing the time that Goku sacrificed himself, and then King Kai's planet got blown up in the process. They don't even actually see Goku at the time could not have that was the point they made. That Goku could have just given King Kai a warning. No, the fuck he couldn't have, because it was the heat of the moment. Why? Cell was about to blow up literally any second. Literally, Goku gets to King Kai's planet and Cell blows up like 2 seconds after. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Oh, King Kai, I'm coming to your planet, blah, blah, blah. No. The whole idea behind that, what makes this bullshit, is the whole idea that they even remotely would suggest that Goku had some time or opportunity to do something differently. They tried to make the same argument that everybody else does, like you just transport somewhere else, but no, that's not really how the transmission works, and Goku transported to where he could think of at the time. Now, what you would try to say is, oh, Goku's kind of a bad guy because he doesn't wish King Kai back to life yet, and, stuff from that, blah, blah, blah. Well, and that's fair enough to say. Fine. You know what? I can be with you on that one. I wouldn't say that Goku's a bad guy for it. I'd say he's more so just very forgetful. And even when he has the opportunity, he still kind of fucks it up. But it's meant to be funny. It's meant to be like gag humor. Because it's like, oh, come on, bring back life. It's not really meant to be anything big. And the fact that people take it so seriously is what eggs and bugs me. On to number 9.
Could have killed Majin Buu. Goku is a walking, talking tank. We know that. He also gets written a lot to have circumstances tipped in his favor. He's the main character, we've accepted that, but it gets really tiresome when he doesn't remember that he himself is a tank that can stop the bad guys before the situation escalates. He's done this multiple times, but the most drastic time it's happened is with the conflicts involving Majin Buu. Majin Buu is an entity summoned by the evil wizard Babidi, who was known as a major destroyer. The heroes were very much trying to stop the summoning of Buu, but it wasn't enough. Buu returned. After a few attempts, they started to think he was unstoppable. Even a max-power Vegeta sacrificing himself wasn't able to destroy Buu, making his death all for nothing. Goku eventually got another shot at Buu, and when he did, he came to him as a Super Saiyan 3. He very much had the strength to destroy Buu then, but held off, saying there was another warrior stronger than him. That warrior was Gotenks, the fusion between his son Goten and Vegeta's son Trunks. So, yes, Goku was stalling to let his offspring fight his battles, the battle that cost the Earth being destroyed, but more on that later. All we're saying is, get it together, Goku.
Now we move on to number 9, of course, with the they label as could have killed Majin Buu. Now, the thing they get into with here is, again, something that could have been a great point, except they don't understand the context, again, of which it was behind. The whole ideology that Goku was possessing behind the logic of him not killing Buu at the time, right, and plus the actual logic behind it, is the idea of the future generations succeeding him. Goku's whole idea when he left after the Cell arc was because danger kept getting brought to the planet because of him, right? And his whole idea, his whole premise, his whole ideology was around the next generation carrying on after him. That's why he was so proud of Gohan, because Gohan, and they're going to bring Gohan up later. Don't worry, we're going to get to that fuck-tarded nonsense. But The whole idea was, when he looked at Gohan, looked at stuff, he was like, okay, yes, you guys can protect the Earth now. Not to mention, they seem to leave out the part that Goku was on a limited time span. Super Saiyan 3 literally ended the rest of that life. Goku was not itching to even use Super Saiyan 3. He was not itching to utilize that much power. He only had a day. It exhausted Goku it hadn't even been anywhere close to 24 hours. Maybe 5 to 6, maybe 12 hours at the most during the course of that day. But Goku just even attempting to go all out with his Super Saiyan 3 literally pushed his time to barely minutes that he had left. It was not a form that he could continue to use on a continuous basis at the time, and it exhausted so much ki and energy. Right, but that's really the logic behind it. But again, going back to the ideology thing, it's all about the future generations and being able to protect and do stuff for them. He could have killed Majin Buu, but decided not to let his kids, because he hates them, fight him, right? They keep bringing that up like a problem. I mean, they ignore the strength behind the children. The point is about the kids, the future generation taking it on at that particular point in time. And then going back to the logic portion of it, it's like Goku was already on limited time to begin with, and then that literally drained his time frame. This wasn't Goku, going in, having the complete and utter knowledge of the fact that he was going to even have enough time to not only defeat Buu, right, be able to manage to completely and utterly defeat him. I mean, not to mention, there's a difference between could and would, right? It's very understandable that Goku could have, right? And it's even different from the way they explain it during the Kid Buu fight, where they're like, Goku, should have energy. So there's enough evidence to point to the idea that Goku, yes, indeed, really, but at the context of the time frame in which Goku would have had to defeat Majin Buu, could he have done it? But the problem lies in stuff that we see later on, right? This isn't like Goku just shitting around trying to throw kids to the wolves. It's because Goku really has no choice. Not to mention, even if he had defeated Buu, then what? So they had to be strong. They had to be able to take care of the problems at hand. They had to be able to stop them from future threats, with or without Goku being there. And the fact that CBR doesn't seem to quite grasp or understand this is shocking to me.
6 Gohan on Cell. Goku, claiming to not be able to beat Cell, withdrew from his match, with time and opportunity to spare, a shock to everyone. But he claimed there was a greater fighter among them, his own son. Now, throughout Dragon Ball Z, Gohan has been shown to spike in energy and rage at points for handy assists. He does this to escape a pod when kidnapped by Raditz, and then again while with Krillin and Piccolo as they took on Frieza. But other than that, Gohan hasn't been trying to be a fighting hero like Goku. He didn't even reach Super Saiyan without coaxing from Goku while training for the fight. So Goku throwing his son into the fray was an ambush on everyone's plans. Maybe Vegeta wanted to wear him down even more before everyone could have jumped him. We won't know, but Goku better consider himself lucky since, Gohan ended up having the power to beat Cell all along. But it's okay, Goku, we forgive ya, even if Chi-Chi won't.
And that's when they get to number 8. Now, this is what I was talking about, the astronomical amount of bullshit that they had to put in there. And it's constantly been a critic of Dragon Ball, but most people have not been this stupid. Because they really what they go down with the whole Gohan introduction thing into, him fighting Cell was Goku giving Cell a senzu bean. That's what they go. They could have at least went with that one. They could have went with that one. Instead of literally, the whole thing is Goku 6 Gohan on Cell. First of all, treating Gohan like a dog, again, the belittlement of the younger Z fighters. I mean, what's going on, CBR? Anyway, the whole crux of their point is that Goku should count his blessings that Gohan had the power. They not only contradict themselves, but they ignore the facts over the statement. They're just kind of like, Goku's claiming that he couldn't beat Cell. And you can hear in the tone of voice and the sarcasm behind the guy as if that Goku was lying. No, Goku wasn't fucking lying. Even if you had said that, okay, you gave Goku the senzu bean, he would have definitely been able to beat Cell because he would have gathered all his strength back and Cell would have been pretty much exhausted. I mean, even Cell was kind of like, take a senzu bean, Goku. I mean, Sure, you could try to argue that, but that doesn't go into the idea of whether or not Goku could have beat him outright with just the power he had without getting any help later down the line. Problem is he couldn't. Goku was telling the exact truth. And in fact, this kind of goes to earlier about the highball time chamber, what the whole thing would go on to the first place, you fucking morons. Goku shouldn't be counting himself lucky, because he already knew. He knew that Gohan was going to be able to beat Cell. That's why he was so confident. Right, and the whole claim that he's making about there was a stronger fighter was because he was. And even Gohan kind of confirms this even before he even goes Super Saiyan 2. Like, Goku literally tells me, when Gohan's like, Dad, you and Cell weren't going at your full power. That's why I was able to keep up with you. That's why I was able to, see your movements, stuff like that. And then Goku stops him right there and says, okay, look, buddy, I don't know about Cell, right? I don't know about all that shit, but, dude, I gave it every last drop of power that I had. Everything I had, I put in it to actually try to kill this man. I was using my killing power. Did you not see when I blew half his fucking body off? Yeah, thanks for not the heads up, guys, telling me he could fucking regenerate. But he blew, half his body off. He was putting everything he had into that. And Gohan was still pretty much easily able to keep up with them. Virtually no problem. Everyone else was like, what the fuck, this is mind-boggling, But Gohan was able to keep up with them, and that's kind of like a little bit, I know, they could try something more bigger, but that's really confirmation that what we know to be true. Not to mention, they underplay Gohan's spurts of anger. They act like it's no big deal, but that's the whole crux of Goku's quote-unquote claim. It's because he literally was able to, they even show it in their video, where he fucking is able to almost one-shot Raditz, where Goku and Piccolo are bleeding, dying on the floor. Piccolo's down to one arm. Goku's literally having his ribs caved into his lungs. I mean, for crying out loud. They just ignored that. They even show where he literally got a power boost and was able to overpower second form Frieza. That's right, when him, Krillin, and Vegeta were getting completely and utterly cucked. Literally cucked before Piccolo came along and, saved their asses. So I don't know where they're getting this from, that, Goku's just making all this shit up, that Goku doesn't know what he's doing, it's like he's just lucky he had the power. The power was always there. This has constantly been explained and demonstrated about Gohan's hidden potential, how much stronger it can make him, even if he's not as strong as the opponent at hand right then and there. When he rages out, he can get even stronger, and that this rage that he would have got with Cell was much, much stronger than he ever had it before, and it would truly rose his potential to his absolute maximum at the time. Why do we know this? Goku literally sees it in the hyperbolic time paper, you fucking moron. And you're using the anime. You're literally using the anime. You could just show that scene real quick. Maybe you could show it where you literally see Gohan right there showcasing to Goku that he was going to be the fighter, that he knew right then and there. It would be Gohan when they were training the tournament, where Gohan's like, oh no, I can continue on. And you literally see the spark of Super Saiyan 2 in him. I mean, Goku's literally sweating his ass off like, what the fuck? I've never even felt a power like this. So yeah, he kind of knew. And they make it seem like it's a bad thing. Like Gohan just got sicked on Cell. It's like, okay, is that a bad thing? I don't understand. I don't understand. It's stupid. They're stupid.
The Captain Ginyu Effect. During the adventures on planet Namek, Frieza was raining havoc over the Namekians via his own power, the power of his army, and the power of his top elite fighting squad, aka the Ginyu Force. It was a 5-piece squad that was able to strike fear into the hearts of many across the universe, but not after they strike to pose. Their leader was the purple-bodied and horn-headed Captain Ginyu, who possessed a unique ability to change bodies with someone. This caused a horrible situation for Krillin, Gohan, and Goku, who was now in Captain Ginyu's body. For a little bit of the fight, Ginyu was loving the effects of changing into a Saiyan. He was easily able to handle the 3 fighters until they got their heads in the game, and were able to time Ginyu's next change so Goku could get his body back. Ginyu spends many years after that as a frog until his return in Super. So it's not technically Goku, but it still counts. This isn't the only example either, but more on that later.
Okay, and this is where we hit full retardville. So, the actual video is titled, and I quote, 10 times Goku was actually a pretty bad guy, Dragon Ball in parentheses. Meaning that they are going to expressly show you, objectively, times where Goku was a bad guy. That means, a villain, an enemy. A showcasing where he did something that was what we would define as evil or reprehensible. And this point right here, they utilize Captain Ginyu. See, my first problem with that is, first of all, again, they even point out themselves, they contradict themselves. That's not Goku. That's Captain Ginyu. They want to say it's counting, and I guess people are going to say, well, it still counts because it's their list, they can do whatever they want. My problem is when you try to say objectively and factually. It's not Goku who's a bad guy, it's Captain Ginyu inside of Goku's body. It doesn't matter if it's a technicality. You're talking about actual bad guy. Goku was not a bad guy. You couldn't say, Goku was in a bad guy's body. And not to mention, another one of my big problems with this is, but you're talking about objectable reality, because see, the problem is they're talking about objection. Like, it still counts. It's like, okay, well, put in your fucking title that we're just talking about, in general, the times that Goku was pretty evil, right? Do they have it in the fucking description that, hey, we're going to include? They don't say it anywhere. They're like, anytime that Goku's been evil, right? Include it somewhere in the video. I'll be surprised if they don't put Turles on the list.
Raditz. From the beginning of the Dragon Ball Z series, we're introduced to the concept of the Saiyan race and their home planet. Yes, much like a certain superhero from Kansas, Goku came to Earth shortly before his home planet was destroyed. Although he was raised on Earth, we learn the true origins of Goku from his brother Raditz. Raditz shows up on Earth looking for his brother, and explains to our main characters that Goku came to Earth as a baby to conquer it. But when he arrived, he hit his head and forgot his mission. Goku doesn't like this, and Raditz strikes him down, leaving Goku writhing in pain on the beach of the Kame House in front of everyone. He tells Goku he has a day to join him in destroying everything. He also makes sure to kidnap his son as leverage for Goku to come around to the plan, but this comes back to bite him in the middle of the rescue. Fortunately for Goku, he had his former enemy Piccolo there to help him take down Raditz. They come up with a plan to grab Raditz and hit him with Piccolo's finisher, the Special Beam Cannon. This kills both Raditz and Goku. So yes, Raditz was a bad guy, but killing your brother seems a little much. Congratulations on the win, but that's still overkill, even for anime Goku.
And you guys know how I told you this was going into full retardville? Yeah, well, We just took a double trip, turnaround, hat back, all the way to not only passing Retardville, going to Cancerland, getting all the cancer, and then bringing it right back to Retardville. That's literally what happened, because they literally say, for the next one here, it's all about Radix, and they just kind of go over everything that doesn't make Goku a bad guy. That's literally what they do. They talk about how Radix kidnapped his son. Radix was like, hey, Goku, you were supposed to be evil, but you're not, but you do have a chance to become evil if you kill all the humans on this planet. Bring me like 1,000 dead humans, and guess what? I'll forgive you and get your son back, and we get the hell off this planet. Okay, that's fine. Still not telling me how Goku's evil. But then they have the audacity to sit there and say that, well, Goku killed his brother. You just got to explain to me how Radix is an evil scumbag who literally not only threatened Goku, who literally not only was trying to kill Goku, who Goku killed him out of basically desperation, not only to save his son, but really in self-defense. If you just want to go there, if you really just want to go there and start pulling bullshit out your ass, but they literally said that, okay, that's overkill. Like, that's what makes Goku a bad guy. Killing the one guy who just kidnapped your son and threatened to destroy the whole of humanity, all of your friends and family, and literally is trying to take you away from the planet and force you into the subjugation of a fucking cum-stained tyrannical dictator who literally wants to make you destroy other civilizations and sell their planets. You literally decided to say that it makes Goku a bad guy for killing that guy. Which he didn't even kill him! Piccolo killed him! And not to mention, Goku literally gave Radix a chance! He gave Radix a chance! When he grabbed his tail, and Radix was like, okay, I learned from my ways! I won't do it again! Please just don't! Please don't kill me! Come on, man! Come on, don't do it, please! I'm a good guy now! Goku fell for that shit and almost died. His son almost died because of... Fuck! I can't even with this list right now. Like, literally, somebody said this was a good idea. Somebody had this guy seriously say this. How? I don't get it. I do not understand how you thought that this was what needs to be on there. Yes, Raditz is a bad... No, not Raditz, but fucking Goku is a bad guy because, he stopped the mass murderer who wanted to cause complete genocide among Goku's own planet. Not to mention, he doesn't even know who Raditz is, right? Raditz just shows up and claims to be his brother. Goku has to assume that that's true. He doesn't even know it for a fact. Anyway, I guess moving on.
Dr. Gero is alive. After the defeat of Frieza, a time traveler named Trunks, the future son of Bulma and Vegeta, comes from the future to tell Goku, and later our main characters, that androids are coming that'll kill everyone and reign over the world with power and fear. Goku won't even get the chance to fight them because he's gonna die of a viral heart disease. And who built these evil androids? That's right, Dr. Gero of the Red Ribbon Army. When Goku didn't finish the job, a trait that has come back to bite him, this leaves Gero with the time and opportunity to create multiple androids of destruction. He did too good of a job though. As soon as the more powerful androids are freed from his lab, they immediately kill Dr. Gero. What's the lesson in this case, Goku? You've got to finish the job.
Alright, the next one I can kind of see somebody making in a debate a little bit. Like somebody would actually make this point in a debate about they want to say that Goku was a bad guy. It's not really valid, but I guess I can see why somebody may make it. But the whole problem is they misconstrued how the point would be represented. So they like, Dr. Ro's alive. Okay, explain to me how that makes Goku a bad guy. Right, go ahead, break it down to me. They would have to not conflate any ideas, right? They would have to just point out specifically the reasons why that make Goku a bad guy. Now, the reason that they went with is because he didn't kill Dr. Gero. Alright, so these guys literally complained about, Goku fucking murdering his brother and said that made him a bad guy, but then they like, oh, because he didn't kill somebody, that's why he's also a bad guy. So, they just basically go like, oh, Goku didn't really finish the job and so blah, 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 blah. That's why, Dr. was able to create the androids and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, that's not telling me how this makes Goku a bad guy. Goku did what he was supposed to do. The Red Ribbon Army was a global terrorist organization who was hell-bent on taking over the world. Goku kind of really from the beginning ran into them by accident. Right? He only really accidentally had to run into conflict with them because of the adventures and stuff that he was on, searching for the Dragon Balls and all of that. And destroying them was just a byproduct of the fact that A, they were bad guys, and B, they got in the way of that adventure, and so they kind of were attacking Goku and stuff like that. Goku has no real big knowledge, at the time anyway, on the Red Ribbon Army, all their inner workings and stuff like that. Right? That's kind of like the picture that they paint. And then they subsequently basically say that afterwards, that Goku's a bad guy for stopping the bad guys, but not finishing off the bad guys. Okay, let's just go with that logic there. That's right. So I guess by their logic, Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, all these guys are much worse than Goku, because at least you can say that Goku kills a lot of bad guys, or someone has killed a lot of bad guys in the DB universe, so they don't ever really come back unless specific circumstances are met. But I guess Superman and all them are bad guys as well. Why? Because their villains break out of jail every other week. and cause harm and destruction. Somehow that makes Superman them bad guys. Yeah, I don't know how either. But let's just continue on, because it gets worse. It gets worse, guys.
Not a family man. From the day he was born and sent to Earth, fighting and saving the universe or fading from existence with the Eternal Dragon, Goku isn't one for normal life sensibilities. Ever since we've met the guy, he's been exploring the world and making new friends with a childlike sense of wonder, even as a grown man. This is fun and whimsical for us, but not for his wife, Chi-Chi. Daughter of the Ox King, Goku and Chi-Chi met back in Dragon Ball. As children, Goku made the promise to marry her, a promise he follows through with. They eventually have 2 children together, Gohan and Goten. But Goku never really listens to Chi-Chi that often in terms of domestic life. He constantly leaves to go train without doing normal husband things. He uses Gohan in battles instead of keeping him in school for his studies. Even as heroic as sacrificing yourself for the greater good is, he also kinda leaves Chi-Chi hanging while they recover the Dragon Balls to wish Goku back. And this has happened every time he's died. Chi-Chi is just by herself, raising children, all without the husband whose hair changes color. We're not saying all of these things Goku does for the world aren't important, but come on. At least leave Chi-Chi a year's supply of dinners or a million zenny for bills or something.
Alright, we're still in Stupid Town with just all the cancer, and I feel like a fucking tumor is growing in my head. They literally try to hit you with the Goku is a bad dad, so that makes him a bad guy. Okay. None of their points and stuff that they made throughout the whole thing were valid, like, at all. They say that Goku never does any fatherly things. They've never seen Dragon Ball, or even Dragon Ball Super for that matter. Where Goku literally is a work hand. He's a farmer. He works on the farm with his family, you know, hangs out with his son, even hangs out with his granddaughter. I mean, they just ignore all that. Not only did he spend time with his son, but also, you know, also raised him for 5 years before he even died the first time. And I'm talking about Gohan, not Goten, but you get the point. None of this makes him a bad guy. He actually is very family-oriented. In fact, literally, when he hears that some guy killed an alternate version of his family, who they're going to bring up in the next point, by the way, because, again, with the technicality bullshit, because they can't actually come up with 10 times that Goku was actually evil, but since on the technicality bullshit, they're going to get to that one later. The point is, when he hears that that guy literally massacred his family with no remorse, he beats the shit out of him and his cohort. It literally pisses him off so much that he extends his power to limits that he had never even reached before. And then sure, it was all a cruel ploy so that bad man could get stronger. But it shows that Goku actually does care about his family. So the whole idea of this makes him a bad man because he doesn't actually care about his family, according to CBR, has been not only rejected by every single solitary medium who has shown Dragon Ball, but is rejected by simple common sense. You fucking mooks. Yeah, oh, yeah, you mean he sent his son to fight Cell? You mean the only person who was strong enough to defeat Cell? And then when Gohan fucks it up, he still ends up saving everybody in the end? And not holding any malice towards his son? In fact, congratulating him on his power, and even helped him defeat Cell? No fatherliness there? Or how about the years he spent training and raising his son, caring for him, loving for his wife as well? Really? No fatherliness there? How about currently, where he literally has a full-time job, where he stays most of his time with his family? In fact, Chi-Chi is so aggro about him training to begin with that he's basically bored out of his fucking mind. But that doesn't neglect his duties and the care of his family. And again, pointing out how he spends time with even his grandchildren.
Goku Black.
And as I said before, they're just gonna bring up the technicality again, you know. Objective, well, factual! Shit, I cannot talk right now. So sorry, guys. But factual, that's what they're saying, right? They didn't come in here with the bullshit technicalities. They didn't even make a mention. There's like, oh, because we couldn't really find 10 ways that Goku's been a bad guy, and we're really stretching it with most of these points, quote unquote points, that we're trying to label out there. So come on, you know, of course Ginyu and of course Goku Black. Yeah, that was the next one, Goku Black. But let's move on.
Let's Cell heal. It's no secret that Goku's background archetype when it comes to the series is a traditional martial arts warrior. He had a sense of warrior's code with this way of life and wants a fair fight with enemies. Unfortunately, he follows this code so strictly that he applied this to enemies who are going to blow up his planet, like Cell. We've already talked about Cell in this list when it comes to Goku, and why wouldn't we? He's one of his strongest enemies and one of the most frightening threats to the Earth that the heroes faced. During the Cell games, after racing him on his own, Goku came to the conclusion that he couldn't beat him. So he sends Gohan after him. But instead of letting Gohan attack Cell while he was already tired and worn down, he gives Cell a Senzu Bean. Senzu Beans are basically a hospital in a bean, putting a fighter back to maximum health. We can't even call this a bad guy moment. This was just straight up stupid, Goku. You can't keep giving evil people a fair shot. It's not how you get the job done.
Alright, so finally, we get to something that would be technically considered valid. Right, in my personal opinion on it, the whole healing Cell thing, I guess I can see. I'm mostly on the side that it was pretty stupid. But at the same time, I understand Goku's character. Not like these fucktards. I actually know about Goku's character and I understand him. It's not a constant thing that he wants to fight his opponents at 100%. Right? It's not really a part of him in the way that they're trying to describe it, to where it's like a crippling effect on him and that he constantly does it with every single solitary opponent, because that's just simply not true. Right? I can see it is a personality trait, you know, about fair fights and things of that nature, but it's not crippling to the point to where Goku would stupidly just heal anyone. Right, that he would just fight anyone, because we've seen it so many times, no matter what medium you're trying to go for with Dragon Ball, where Goku had just gone for broke and said, no, we had to put this guy down. There's no other way, right? This guy isn't good. There's nothing inside them. We have to put them down.
Traded family for Oob. Last but most certainly not least, we have to revisit the concept of Goku not being a family man. After the defeat of Buu, Goku wished for Buu to come back, reincarnated one day so they could fight again. First off, he thanks Shenron that Buu's reincarnation wasn't evil. Second, when this happens, we see Oob in the 28th World Martial Arts Tournament. Goku asks for Majin Buu, the good parts of Buu, not the evil parts that Goku killed, to rig the competition. Goku just wanted a match with Oob to see if he was really the reincarnated Buu. And it was! Oob starts off rocky with this fighting, but as the match continues on, he gets better, which surprises everyone. The Z fighters even take notice of Goku teaching Oob how to fight in the middle of the fight. Eventually, almost being evenly matched, Goku takes Oob and leaves everyone to take him training, abandoning his family and all responsibilities. Now this is expanded upon in the Debunked GT, but leaving with Oob, totally canon.
And then, of course, they finish it off with a glorified fuck-up. So they bring up the whole Oob thing, you know, Goku leaves to go train Oob. And apparently that makes him a bad guy, because, again, they were literally stretching with this list. They had to literally reuse. They used the Goku Black thing. They used the whole Goku on the technicality bullshit with Goku Black and Captain Ginyu. So they reused that. And then they reused, Goku's a bad guy because of family reasons. Of course, because, you know, with Oob, right? You know, he was a terrible, like, you could have made an argument when Goten and Gohan were a little bit younger and stuff like that. You could try to make an argument. I already debunked it, but you could try to make an argument at least with that one. Don't try to make an argument when both his children are adults. Literally, one is in high school. If one is literally at the tail end of high school, Goku has no real obligation to him at that point. He's kind of an adult. Gohan is a grown-ass man who's married and with a child. Are you serious? Goku's neglecting his responsibilities? To whom? To whom? Do you mean Chi-Chi? Are you under the assumption that Goku literally never came back at some particular point in time? Nice job. Nice job being on that assumption. The only person he would have a responsibility to is Chi-Chi. If anything, that's it. That's it. He has no responsibility to anything else in regards to family. Both of his children are grown up. So I don't know what they're talking about here. It's just really dumb. It's really dumb. It's really, really dumb. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Yo, all you sucker MCs ain't got nothing on me. From my grades to my lines, you can't touch Kevin G. I'm a mathlete, a nerd isn't bird, but forget what you heard. I'm like James Bond III, shaking, not stirred. I'm Kevin the Poor. The G is silent when I sneak in your door. Make love to your woman on the bathroom floor. I don't play it like Shaggy. You'll know it was me, cause the next time you see her, she'll be like, Kevin G.